Hello, I'm Resonator Zen. I've seen comments about saying how people have called McCain's move as picking a woman VP as dirty, and then the people saying that how is that dirty, and then when the dems had Hillary Clinton going for president, and I think I can shed some light on why there's a difference between the two, because um, the difference between a Democratic person being running for president and McCain choosing a woman VP, they're completely different. They're not the same thing, because one was running as a presidential nominee that she wanted to become president, and there was a contention, and many people didn't want to support Barack because he didn't choose Hillary as his running mate. And then there's sort of a gap in between the two parties. There's like the Barack supporters, and then there's the Hillary supporters. Some Hillary supporters will follow Barack simply on the basis that he's a Democrat. Some people will follow, and some supporters will follow him because his ideas are good. But some people may actually go after McCain and vote for McCain because simply that he had a woman as a running mate. And that's the difference, because McCain chose her after the rift in the Democratic Party became apparent, and once that there was a chance that if he did that, there's a great chance that he might be able to pull some supporters out of Barack's side. That's the difference. That's dirty politics, and when it's going to be historic if McCain does win, because he will have the first woman vice president. But he's not doing it for the right reasons, as far as I can glean from what I've seen. He's probably doing it just to get votes away from Barack, and he's not really doing it because he thinks highly of... Well, he probably does think highly of her, but, I mean, he's not doing it because... I mean, look at all the other choices that he was thinking about. Then the whole thing with Barack and Hillary there's a rift between the supporters, and then he suddenly picks a woman as his VP. I mean, and I heard that he picked her after only one phone call and one meeting, and it's like, okay, like that's dirty. That's the difference between the Democrats being historic, and the Republicans being dirty, because the Republicans are using it as a ploy to get into the White House. The Democrats were actually doing it so that way there actually might have been a woman president had she won the nomination, but she didn't. And then I think she supposed that Barack would choose her as his running mate, but then he picked Biden. Sorry, get mixed up. Biden, and I think and then Palin, the chick who says, "Yeah, woo," like she made cracks in the roof, but I'm gonna break the roof off. She actually did criticize Hillary for being too whiny, and it's like that's dirty politics. That's not historic politics. It's gonna be historic if the Republicans do win, because there's gonna be a first woman vice president. But if Hillary would have won and got the nomination, there would have been a chance that she would have been the first woman actual president, not the vice president. And I think that should be someone's aspirations, not. And isn't it a little bit odd that Palin actually, I guess, was aspiring to become vice president? Maybe she thinks that McCain's gonna die halfway through and she's gonna become president through sheer fucking luck. I don't know. But at least Hillary was aspiring to become president. She was running in the Democratic Party as the nominee. This chick was just like a last-minute pick that was probably used as a ploy to get voters away from Barack, as I keep saying. It probably was a ploy to get Barack supporters that were once Hillary supporters to her because of her being a woman and her being in the running to be a vice president. And it's effective, but it's not real like, it shouldn't be about gender. It should be about who can get the job done better, and people should really be focusing on the issues, not whether it's gender or race. Like me, I mean, I personally would have voted for Barack. I wouldn't have voted for Hillary, just because I don't think she has the experience. Barack doesn't have the experience, but he chose someone who does have foreign affairs and defense things. I personally would have liked it if Barack actually did choose a black running mate, like Colin Powell or another influential member of someone from like the Democratic from Clinton's administration. Choose someone from him, because they had a lot of overseas experience, and Colin Powell was the most qualified out of them all because he was Secretary of State. And I would have voted for her. My support would have been unflinching for Barack if he had chosen Colin Powell, because I think that we need people who are good at what they do, and in the White House, not just based on gender. And even if Hillary did win, I would have voted for her because I just don't like McCain's policies at all. So I would vote for her, even though I don't agree with all her policies. I agree with Barack's policies a whole lot. But again, he should have made it even more historic and chosen or tried to get Colin Powell to become vice president. But maybe he didn't, and maybe he didn't. I don't know. Maybe he did, but he wouldn't do it. I don't know. But yeah. So I hope I cleared up some of that thing about the Republicans and Democrats. The Republicans using dirty politics with the woman VP pick, and the Democrats actually having a woman actually running for president. I hope I cleared that up. If I didn't, I mean, I tried to as best as I could. But alright, I'm Resonators in, off like a prom dress, out like a absentee father, but I'm gonna be back and badder than ever. Alright. Again. Rate, comment, video response, whatever you want to do. Subscribe, don't subscribe. Alright. As I said, I'm Resonators in, and bye to y'all.